more retracking, more refurbishment, and the potential goodbye to its much loved children's area. And that's not all. There may not be a brand new ride or attraction opening at Blackpool Pleasure Beach this year, but it's still going to be an action-packed year at the park, with lots of events, shows and just general work around the place. Some of the things I go through in this video will be seen straight away when the park opens on the 12th of April, and some of it is either speculation or something that will be coming to the park throughout the season or towards the end. It's Blackpool Pleasure Beach's 125th anniversary, and it's going to be amazing. On the topic of the park's 125th anniversary, are they doing anything cool to celebrate that? This looks pretty cool, doesn't it? That's right, Blackpool Pleasure Beach are allowing fans to be part of their history by selling bricks with their names or a message on them. A wall of these bricks will be built somewhere on park when it opens on the 12th of April, and it's going to be so nice to see them. I wonder how long it'll take to find ours. Whilst ordering a plate on the wall, you'll have the option of ordering a replica brick which will be sent home that you'll be able to keep forever. I filmed myself unboxing this brick in a video, and you can check that out in that corner in the card right now. Bricks are not the only thing that Blackpool Pleasure Beach are going to sell. To do with the 125th anniversary, there's going to be, well, there already is a massive range of merchandise with the whole 125 on it, from hoodies, t-shirts, shopping bags, mugs. I don't think they've sold mugs yet. But yeah, all sorts of Pleasure Beach stuff, and you can get personalised snow globes with the 125th logo on, and yeah, massive range of 125th merchandise. It's all available on the online shop at the moment, and when the park opens, I have no doubt that it'll be in all the shops on park. Once again, they're about to do more than retrack that. On the big one, more of the big one has been retracked over this winter. Obviously last year we had a section near the car park near the Boulevard Hotel that all got retracked. I think there was like 2, maybe 3 or 4 track pieces that actually got replaced, and that made a huge difference to the ride. Yeah, I remember coming off it on opening day in 2020. Better days, of course, and yeah, we were really impressed with what the big one was like back then, and my good friend Ben went on to say, "Movest ride I've ever retracked that." So yes, they're doing that again on the big one, and this time I believe it's a couple of track pieces towards the end of the ride, after the mid-course brake run, after the helix, I think, pretty much near the tunnel where the on-ride photo is. And yeah, sometimes that bit of the ride can be a little bit rough and jolty or whatever. So yeah, I have no doubt that it's going to make a huge difference once again. I'm really looking forward to getting on the big one, fingers crossed, on the 12th of April. And yeah, it is going to be fantastic. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the new track is like and riding it. However, it's the big one the only ride at Blackpool Pleasure Beach to have received some retracking over the close season, because there were numerous times where I went to Blackpool Pleasure Beach last year and Grand National in particular would be closed for some retracking, and obviously the park have 4 wooden roller coasters. They maintain them very well. The supports and the track on there is constantly checked and replaced when necessary, and this happened quite a few times last year to Grand National and to Nickelodeon Streak as well. I unboxed this, so check it out in the card in the top right. So is Grand National getting some more retracking again? Well, has it already had the retrack? Because a lot of people say that, you know, that ride's getting really rough and painful and whatnot. I've not had a problem with it for quite a few years personally, but I can see why people do find it rough. And yeah, if they're retracking it, hopefully that solved a couple of issues. They've made it a little bit smoother, hopefully, and just prolonging its operational life really. It's 86 years old, it's getting on, it's a classic, and I always worry every season, like, you know, is Grand National going to get removed? Is it going to get announced to only be operating for one more year? Or is it going to be rough on opening day? It's something I always worry about every winter. I know it's weird, but fingers crossed Grand National is going to stay for a long time, which, you know, it is looking good at the minute, and fingers crossed it's nice and smooth again when the park reopens on the 12th of April. That'll be fantastic. So last closed season, before the 2020 season, it was announced by Blackpool Pleasure Beach that Valhalla would stay closed throughout all of 2020 and reopen in 2021 after a massive refurbishment, reimagining and all that stuff. And the plan was for it to reopen for its 125th anniversary, and it's such a shame that obviously the pandemic happened and a lot of the construction that needs to have taken place was pushed back, and it's been announced that Valhalla is going to stay closed throughout all of this year and it's going to reopen in 2022, which is obviously very sad, but yeah, so that whole construction and refurbishment is going to continue throughout this season basically, and as you know, probably, maybe not, last season I did a couple of Valhalla updates. Something changed, every time something every time a visible change happened from the outside, you know, which wasn't very often. It seems like most of the work's happening inside instead of them actually, you know, taking down the whole facade, which will they do? I don't know. But yeah, I've been doing Valhalla updates, which you can check out in the top right corner. I've been doing Valhalla updates. I plan to continue them throughout 2021, and hopefully it actually reopens on its next planned reopening date in 2022. That would be fantastic. Over the years, Blackpool Pleasure Beach have always done numerous late night riding events where the park stayed open from 10 AM to 10 PM, and under normal circumstances there'd be a firework display at 10 o'clock, but obviously that didn't happen in 2020. I'm not sure whether they're planning on bringing the fireworks back, but they're definitely planning on bringing back 10 more late night riding events, which includes every Saturday night throughout the summer. But yeah, it's always great. Blackpool Pleasure Beach after dark is fantastic. Night rides on the coasters and just seeing the park all lit up at night, it's so nice. So obviously 10 times throughout this year. Obviously I remember going to Pleasure Beach late night riding every single Saturday in August last year, and I'll probably end up doing the same again, fingers crossed. But it was fantastic, and they had the DJ on, they had the fountains in FY4. There was such a good atmosphere around there, really good vibe, and like I've said, night rides always add to your day at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and obviously being there for 12 hours. Something new that Blackpool Pleasure Beach are trying this year is to open the park between 4 PM and 9:30 PM every Friday night in September, I think. Basically, instead of opening the park between 10 o'clock and closing at 5 or 6 when everyone's at school, work, college, all that stuff, they're opening the park when people have finished, pretty much, so people can go there after school and work and college. And for those who are staying overnight, spending the weekend in Blackpool, who travel up there on the Friday night to stay over until Sunday morning, they can obviously go on park that night before spending the Saturday either in the park or elsewhere in Blackpool. But this is a positive change, I think. Hopefully it draws in some guests, and hopefully I'll be able to visit on one of these Friday nights, fingers crossed. But it's great to see the park trying something new, and fingers crossed it goes well for them. For years now, I'm pretty sure Blackpool Pleasure Beach have done the Walk the Big One event where you pay £50 or something like that, and you get to walk up the UK's tallest roller coaster, which seems like a great experience. I've never done it myself, but this year they have brought in something called Walk the Woody, where it seems like, obviously same as Walk the Big One, you get to walk up the lift hill of one of the wooden roller coasters. It seems like Nickelodeon Street was like the original sort of ride that they're gonna do this on, but it also seems like other rides are gonna be in part of that event as well. I mean, I'd like to climb up Blue Flyer personally. It's a great ride to climb up. But yeah, Walk the Woody, once again trying something new. I can see it going down really well with enthusiasts and stuff. So yeah, it's something that I'd like to try for myself, obviously. Yeah, you'll probably get some nice views from up there as well. Apologies, ThrillNet. Oktoberfest is going to be returning to UK theme parks, including Blackpool Pleasure Beach this year. Pleasure Beach didn't really do too much with Oktoberfest. They basically set up the event in the hub where Wild Mouse used to be, a nice little event space where they put a stage up. And yeah, they sold pretzels and just Oktoberfest foods and things, and sold beers and steins and all that stuff. And they sold some Oktoberfest merchandise in the shops as well. So I visited that once at Pleasure Beach, and yeah, it was good. I mean, it's not for me, obviously. Drinking beer just isn't for me. But yeah, I checked it out. It does seem like good fun for people who are into that stuff. And yeah, it's just nice to see an event on park, really. I'm all for that, and should bring in some visitors who would like to drink some steins whilst watching the big one go round the turnaround. Hot Ice has been going for a long time now. It's an ice show that is put together by Amanda Thompson, I'm pretty sure, and it is a great show. Happens every year in the ice arena, and obviously 2020 it wasn't able to happen, but they do plan on bringing that back. I'm pretty sure 2020's Hot Ice was supposed to be Euphoria, and that show will probably take place throughout 2021 if all goes well with it all. Pleasure Beach have had a Costa coffee shop outside the park near the entrance for quite a while now, and that's gone. But it's been replaced with WG Beans, which is another coffee shop, of course, which is named after the park's founder, pretty much, William George Bean. And yeah, like, great change, obviously. Looking back at the history of the park, with it being a good anniversary for them, and the person who started it all, really, William George Bean, he founded the park. So yeah, great change. I'd like to go in there and maybe get a hot chocolate, and I assume it'll be nice. Is 2021 going to be the final year for Nickelodeon Land? It could be. There's been a few tweets regarding, obviously, Bradley Beaver, who was the mascot of Beaver Creek, which was the children's area where Nickelodeon Street was. Obviously, Nickelodeon Land opened in 2011, so it's been going for 10 years now. It's been the children's area for 10 years, and that's normally the amount of time that these IPs get, and the license normally runs out after that amount of time, and it could be running out very soon. There's been some tweets from the park and the managing director, Amanda Thompson, about Bradley Beaver, who obviously was a part of Beaver Creek, as I mentioned. They've sold some new merchandise has come out from the wooden roller coasters, and obviously Grand National, Big Dipper, Blue Flyer, I think, is on there. I'm not sure, but I know for a fact that Nickelodeon Streaks doesn't actually say Nickelodeon on there. It just says Streak. So is that another hint? Is Nickelodeon Land no longer going to be at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and are they going to rename Nickelodeon Streak to just Streak instead of calling it Roller Coaster again? And are they going to repaint it back to its original colours? I mean, don't know whether that would be a good thing or a bad thing. I think they should just leave it orange, to be honest. But yeah, there's been a couple hints that Nickelodeon Land could be leaving the park after this year. It's all speculation, obviously, nothing's confirmed, so it'd be nice if this wasn't the case and it was to stay for another few years. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the park do to that area of the park if Nickelodeon does leave, and what they do with Nickelodeon Streak, obviously with the whole name change and stuff. So yeah, very interesting. Well, this isn't really related to the amusement park itself, but there's going to be a lot of shows taking place. There's always a lot of shows taking place at Blackpool, not included with the park tickets or anything, but yeah, they've got shows on in the Horseshoe Bar like Steve Royal, Paul Zerdin, we went to watch that last year, and the Evolution of Magic show, which includes Elizabeth from Britain's Got Talent, and just loads of other shows. There's a hypnotist, all sorts of shows happening. These shows have been going for quite a long time now. I know the hypnotist has been here for a lot of years now, so yeah, a lot of shows taking place at Blackpool. They're always really good, nice venues in there, and yeah, they're there to check them out. You can see what shows are available at the park on the website, and all these changes I go through. I haven't gone through every single change, and I've just kind of gone through them all, but kind of rambled on a bit really. But yeah, all the changes that are coming to Pleasure Beach this year are on their YouTube channel. They did a massive season launch last week, and yeah, that basically went over everything that's going to be happening at the park this year. So that's everything there is to ramble on about, pretty much. I hope you've found something out from this video about what's coming to Pleasure Beach. I hope you found it interesting. Less than a week to go now. Don't know when this video is going to be uploaded, but less than a week from the time, well, from the time of recording. And it's going to be a great season at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's going to be so nice to get back and obviously celebrate its 125th anniversary. And it's going to be amazing. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Thank you for all your support throughout this whole lockdown thing. I've tried to upload at least once a week and it's gone quite well. It doesn't normally, but yeah, thanks for everyone who's obviously new to the channel and subscribed during this lockdown, and for anyone who's watched a video really. Rambling on a bit there, but I needed to say thank you to everyone who's supported the channel throughout this difficult time. So yeah, the season starts next week, so things looking up, of course. So yeah, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week at Blackpool Pleasure Beach.